What if the person standing between Boruto and certain death is someone who hasn't chosen a side yet? What if the key to breaking through her doubts isn't logic, but instead it might be, wait for it, love? Ino Yamanaka, a kunoichi who has been defined by loyalty and perception, once turned down Shikamaru's desperate plea to help him protect Boruto. She just couldn't bring herself to commit what the village would ultimately see as treason if they were wrong. But now, Boruto's coming home yet again, and the one man who could change her mind and change what her mind has been missing ever since she was told the truth, it might be her husband, Sai Yamanaka. Join me in today's newest Naruto Explained video where your OBC, your original Boruto chief, that obviously being me, is going to tell you why Sai might be that final push that Ino needs in order to choose a side, and the side obviously being to ally with Boruto, and why it would be one of the most poetic moments for her entire character arc. In Boruto 2 Blue Vortex, the last time we saw Ino, Shikamaru, he was trying to pull her in to help him secretly protect Boruto. Up until that point, they had been working together, but Ino was basically doing it under the guise of, I'm following instructions from my Hokage. You are now asking me as a friend. I am not helping you as a friend. And that was huge. And Ino took a lot of backlash from fans, which I've explained why I don't think that fans should be jumping on her. But here's the thing. The world does believe that Boruto is Naruto's killer. The truth, Kawaki sealed Naruto away, and Boruto took the blame. Boruto's not exposing Kawaki. Ino, despite her close bond with Shikamaru, she refused to help. Not because she was cold, but because she couldn't see past the reality that omnipotence had forced into her memories and was overriding her memories of Boruto and Kawaki. Her hesitation, it was also carried well beyond politics when you look at the other weight that she carried. In Japanese culture, family honor is deeply intertwined. Anything that she does will also reflect upon Inojin, and most importantly her clan, which she is the clan leader of. At that moment, her son had just survived an injury that should have killed him, but Himawari was able to heal him. Sakura's finishing up the process, risking her family's reputation and safety. It wasn't a step that she could take. Whereas Shikamaru had the courage of his conviction to gamble on what Boruto was saying, Ino wanted to play it safe. Ino wasn't just protecting herself, she was protecting the Yamanaka name and the boy that carries it in the future, her son. Chapter 5 of Boruto 2 Blue Vortex, however, also revealed that Sai was also listening in on Amado as he told Sumire that he knows everyone's memories have been altered. He's known the entire time, and he's just continuing to keep it secret because Kawaki's the one that has his daughter's data in him, and so because of that, that's the only reason that he is going to move forward in the way that he has, even though he knows his memory's been altered. Sai, in that moment afterwards, after he asked Shikamaru, what do you believe? He vanished. There was no word, no scenes, no updates. We haven't seen Sai since. But Sai, he isn't just any regular ninja. He is the leader of the Anbu, a man who deals in information, deception, and decisive action. And Sai, much like Shikamaru, is not someone who wholeheartedly trusts Amado, so he would want to verify what it is he heard. Personality-wise, Sai is to a lesser degree as coldly logical as Shikamaru, which means that he could see the same thing that Shikamaru ultimately saw. Once he got the information, the different things that he saw over the last 3 years began to make a lot more sense. Which also means that he could see another angle in this. If Boruto dies, Konoha not only loses a key player against the Shinju, but they would also be losing Naruto's rightful son. And Sai, being someone who was saved by Naruto in so many different ways, cannot allow Naruto's firstborn child to die, especially die while being hunted down for something he never did. If omnipotence is false, that means that the village is standing on a lie. That's how Sai's going to look at it. We as readers know that it's false, but Sai, just hearing that information on his own is going to be enough to put the seed in his head, just as it did with Shikamaru. If Sai reappears with confirmation that memories are altered, Ino's own personal doubt, it might be shattered, and here's the reason why. It's basically an emotional web. You have Shikamaru, you have Sai, you have Sarada, all spinning webs that Ino to some degree is connected to. And I'll explain to you how. So Shikamaru isn't just any regular comrade to Ino. They grew up together. They trained together. They lost their fathers at the same time during the Fourth Ninja War. And they were there together when their sensei Asuma died. That shared grief and history means that his words, they do carry an emotional weight, even if she's resisting them right now. That's the whole reason why she asked him, give me a reason to believe you. And when you add in Sai, not just her husband, but also the father of her child, standing beside Shikamaru on Boruto's side, that's more persuasion. That's a united front of people that she trusts the most. And then you have Sarada. She not only is the daughter of her best friend Sakura, but she is also Sasuke's daughter. Ino once had a crush on Sasuke. Sasuke is now viewed as a rogue ninja because he helped Boruto escape from the village after everyone believed that Boruto killed Naruto. Seeing Sasuke and Sakura's daughter stake her life and her own clan's family honor on Boruto's innocence, that could also stir something deep because she's been seeing it for the last 3 years. It got to the point where even Shikamaru tells Sarada in chapter 1, you're ruining your chances of becoming Hokage one day. This trio, Shikamaru, Sai, Sarada, it represents past bonds, present family, and the next generation of hope. When every voice around you is telling the truth, you start wondering if the lie that you've been living is worth holding on to. Those are wise words from a wise man. If you know where that quote's from, you are a top 1% subscriber. So why is this something that works from a writing perspective? Well, from a narrative perspective, Ino's hesitation in her last appearance, it was very important. It showed how devastating omnipotence is and how even close bonds can fracture underneath it, which, as a reminder, as I explained in the Omnipotence Explained video, this is not like Genjutsu. Knowing the truth does not bring back your memories. It's not something that you can just mold some chakra and overcome. A lot of people in the fandom downplay omnipotence. We have to move past this. Stop downplaying omnipotence. So here's the thing. If she flips sides because of Sai's influence, it turns her arc into a redemption story, not a betrayal, or not from betrayal, but instead from a sense of inaction. It also makes her change something that is organic, and it makes it something earned. She asked Shikamaru for more proof. Shikamaru was not able to give it to her. Sai, the most credible person that she can trust, her husband, the leader of the Anbu Black Ops, he could provide it. The choice to stand with Boruto, it now becomes something more rational. And how would Sai even know something even more than this? Think of it from this perspective. They are monitoring Amado's lab, which means that somebody had to hear that transmission. What's to say Sai didn't hear that transmission? Just food for thought there. And most importantly, this would also tie back into one of the themes that Boruto's story has been telling us, which is that bonds, they can be bent by lies, but the truth, it has the power to restore them. Let me restate that, because I know that's a bar right there. Bonds can be bent by lies, but the truth has the power to restore them. And I want to take it a step further. There's really some symbolism in Ino's name, or rather in how Ino's been portrayed. So Ino's association with flowers is absolutely perfect here. In Japanese Hanakobata, which is flower language, there's a lot you can take from this. White lily means purity and truth. Camellia means admiration and deep respect. Cherry blossom means renewal and fleeting beauty. Ino siding with Boruto would be her blossoming into the truth after being trapped in the winter of omnipotence lie. Flowers also have deep roots, like the bonds that Ino has with Shikamaru, Sai, and Sarada. When the truth waters those flowers, those roots, the flowers will inevitably bloom yet again. A flower cannot choose the season it is planted in, but it can still bloom when the sun inevitably rises. Yeah, I'm in my bag with that one, man. That's a good one. A flower can't choose the season it is planted in, but it can still bloom when the sun eventually rises. And I do want to kind of touch on this here because I'm very fascinated by this as I think more and more about this, which is that Ino could be used as a representation of the endurance of Naruto's world. We're in an era right now, a world without Naruto. We're seeing a glimpse of what the world might be like once Naruto eventually dies. Probably from high cholesterol and heart issues since he saw that ramen. But here's the thing. If Ino's arc does end up turning here from doubt to belief, it's not just about Boruto clearing his name. It's about something bigger. It's about proving that the world that Naruto Uzumaki helped build, it can endure even without him. Sure, there are hiccups that have been exposed with Naruto gone. But here's the thing. Naruto's life, in so many ways, you could say that he is proving Ashura's ideals to be correct. Bonds and understanding, never abandoning those who you care for, leading through compassion instead of strength, leading through community instead of isolation. Right now, that world, it is fractured. Omnipotence has replaced truth with lies. Friends have turned suspicious. Trust is a rare commodity. Yet if Ino, someone who initially fell victim to those lies, can find her way back to the light, it shows that the foundation Naruto laid was strong enough to outlast his physical presence. Because again, inevitably Naruto's going to die. Ino's return to Shikamaru's side would be proof that the bonds forged from that old world, the old world obviously being the 72 volumes of Naruto / 73 when you count Naruto Gaiden, written and drawn by Masashi Kishimoto, i.e. the Shin Uchiha arc, but I said to say they're still alive and well. It's just buried under the rubble of these false memories that come via omnipotence. Even more powerfully, it would show that Naruto's influence, it wasn't just limited to his direct students or to say Team 7. It has crossed the entire village itself. It has crossed everyone in his generation, everyone that he has touched in the past. This is Ashura's philosophy in action. The idea that the cycle of understanding and compassion, it can continue to ripple outward, even generations later. If one flower can push through the cracks in the pavement and bloom again, it means that the soul beneath it is still alive and well. That's the world that Naruto's left behind, a world that can endure long after he's gone. If Sai does return with proof, Ino's next choice might be one of the most powerful turnarounds in Boruto 2 Blue Vortex. Not just because it would set the road towards Boruto getting a new ally and eventually saving Boruto, but it would also redeem her. It would strengthen her family, and it would bring another flower back into full bloom in the Hidden Leaf Village. The only question now is, where has Sai been? When will he show back up? And what will he do when Boruto pulls back up into the village to unseal Matsuri? I think the stage is being set for, no pun intended, something truly wonderful to blossom. Obviously, if you enjoyed this video, consider subscribing, clicking on the left to check out more Naruto Explained videos, or clicking on the right to check out videos from my other two anime channels where I talk about non-Naruto content.